Hello, and welcome to another episode of Hey, Have You Seen That Film? Today we'll be discussing another lost film. Well, this is actually the first film from the 90s that we'll be discussing. So, the lost film of the 90s called Bird on a Wire, starring two of my all-time favorites, Mel Gibson and Goldie Hawn. Goldie Hawn is in fact my favorite actress. I think she's so talented. And she always makes me laugh. Anything she's in, I'll at least give it a try. I'm sure not everything she's in is perfect, but I do really enjoy Goldie Hawn. Bird on a Wire came out in 1999. The plot is Mel Gibson and Goldie Hawn were at one point engaged to be married. They were lovers. And Mel Gibson goes away with his buddy to go try and make money flying a plane around, shipping things. They end up without realizing it, they end up helping people transfer and sell drugs, and they get caught by the government, and Mel Gibson's friend dies, but Mel Gibson makes a deal that he will, he provides names for the main people in charge of the situation. So, years later, Goldie's single. Well, she's dating someone now, but her character thinks that Mel Gibson is dead, and she's now this lawyer. When one day she has to go on a business trip, she stops at some little random gas station, and there is someone who looks exactly like her ex-fiance. And she's shocked, and so she goes up to just ask him all these questions, trying to figure out if it's him. At the same time, one of the people Mel Gibson, he only got one person put away. The other guy got away. The person who was in prison is now released, and Mel Gibson is in the what's it called? The Witness Protection Program. And so he's been moving around different identities, trying to escape and not get caught. Well, now, someone on the inside of the FBI is giving information to the two men who want to kill Mel Gibson so they can continue their business. So they end up finding him, while at the same time Goldie's there trying to figure out if she's spying on Mel to figure out if that's really him or not. And anyways, they end up getting back she rescues him from this situation, and then they go crawl across country running away from these guys while also they're being chased by the police. It's this crazy action comedy, which it's a fun movie. It's nothing plot-wise, it's nothing spectacular. It's been done before. The director himself even said, other movies have had car chases, other movies have had plane and chases, motorcycle, close calls, all these things. The one thing he said that's different is the final, which takes place in this massive indoor zoo that was built for the film. It's actually really cool. If it was really a zoo, I would definitely go and check it out. It was cool, but it also seemed kind of dangerous. I don't know how, it just seemed everyone in there was able to access all these animals, and I would just worry, especially me being me, that I would probably get wound up losing an arm or eaten alive by something. But yeah, they for the movie they constructed this massive indoor zoo where the final scenes take place, where all this spectacular action, which involves the animals. So that's it. The ending, even if you don't like the movie itself, the ending is definitely worth the watch. It's cool to see this indoor zoo that they've constructed and built. The movie does have a lot of laughs in it, and it does have some pretty cool action scenes in it. So it's one that if you're just hanging out on a Saturday afternoon and looking for something good to watch, I'd recommend it. I do believe the chemistry between Mel and Goldie, I think that was a great choice for the leads. They both they played well off of each other. And Mel Gibson, he's known for the Lethal Weapon franchise and the Mad Max series, and Goldie Hawn has been doing things since the 60s. Some of my personal favorites are Foul Play, starring her and Chevy Chase. There's also Seems Like Old Times, First Wife's Club, one of my all-time favorites. She's done a lot, and both of them continue to still act to this day. But this was just one of those rare moments. I'm not going to say it was either of their best films, but the fact that they were together makes it enjoyable. And I think it's a fun film to watch. The score, the soundtrack was composed by Hans Zimmer. And I would say it was before he was really known as Hans Zimmer today, with all the Sherlock Holmes and Inception and all of his crazy other soundtracks. And it's honestly probably one of my favorite Hans Zimmer soundtracks. And the crazy thing is you can't find it anywhere. You can't find it on iTunes. I go to thrift stores quite often. I always look for it there. And I've never been able to find a copy of it. It's nowhere. But YouTube, I listen to it on YouTube. So I listen to it every once in a while. It's a good soundtrack. So I would give the movie, I'd probably give it like a 7 or 8 out of 10. And that's more just because I just enjoy it. Again, it's nothing crazy. It's nothing new that hasn't been done before. But I just enjoy the simplicity of it, the action, the laughter, the comedy that makes me laugh within it. And in fact, this was one of Mel Gibson's more first comedic roles. Before that, he was mainly known for either action or drama, but this was one that he broke out and did comedy. Now, the year before that, there was Lethal Weapon 2, which he was more comedic in that, but he was still crazy Riggs. If you've ever seen the Lethal Weapon movies, one of my favorite franchises. But yeah, it's Bird on a Wire, released in 1990, and it's one of those little hidden gems. It grossed a little over $70 million at the box office, and I believe over like $130 million worldwide. So it was a hit. It made money, but it's just kind of fallen through the cracks, and not many people talk about it anymore these days. So that's why I'm sharing it with you. If you're interested, give it a watch. If you've seen it before, share your comments down below. If you didn't like it, tell me why. If you loved it, I want to know. And make sure that you subscribe and tell your other people about it. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.